I wanted to share with you what we used for my 6-year-old to teach her to read. We homeschool and we use Christian Light education curriculum, and we've used strictly Christian Light education for her for kindergarten and first grade. And today I want to show you just the Learning to Read, or the LTR program from Christian Light. I may do a video later that shows all the different subjects that we use for first grade from Christian Light education, but this one will strictly focus on the Learning to Read curriculum. We started this when my daughter was, when she had just turned 6 at the beginning of August last year. I'm going to show you the products that we use, and I'm going to go in order that they're listed in the Christian Light Education catalog. They have a website, which is www.clp.org, but I would suggest also ordering the catalog, because there's some different things in the catalog that I wasn't able to find on the website, and these were very, very helpful. In the catalog, they have a chart that shows the layout of the order that you do the different kindergarten and first grade curriculum, that I found very helpful. There's also a chart in here that shows the pricing for the different core curriculum, the grades, the subjects. So that's helpful when you're trying to plan out your finances for your homeschool year. And I should say I'm not affiliated with Christian Light in any way, but I'm a big fan of their products, so I just wanted to share. I've learned a lot from watching YouTube videos that other homeschool moms have done that show about their curriculum and how they use their curriculum and how they organize their curriculum. So I'm hoping that this will be helpful for you as well. Let's start with the light units. These are the workbooks. They're called light units, and then you get 10 of them with Learning to Read. And they are black and white and maybe one color on the inside. And I was worried at first that my daughter would not like the lack of color, but she never mentioned it, and it's not been an issue. And I know my daughter doesn't like to color with crayons, but I know that I've read where other people who have children who like to color use this as a coloring book. When they're done with their lesson, they'll color in the different pictures. So there are 10 of those, and there are primers, little readers. There are 4 of them that go along with the program. And you can see that they also, the only color with them is on the front cover. And they're black and white inside as well. But really nice drawings inside. This is the very first story in the first reader. And you can see by the end they're reading whole pages. Those are the primers. Then you have the teacher's guides. There are 2 of them. There's the teacher's guide for light units 101 through 105, and then the teacher's guide for 106 through 110. And these are laid out really well. Let me show you the beginning of a lesson, show you how it's laid out. All right, you've got, it shows over here what page in the light unit in the workbook correlates with the lesson to help you find it. Then there are objectives for the lesson, class preparation for the lesson, optional activity materials, and extra activity materials. So the class preparation is the stuff that you will need to do, and there's not a lot of class prep. I mean, it may be writing some words on the board, it may be finding a picture. It also tells you here what letter cards, phrase cards, word cards will go with the lesson. So that's helpful, so you can get that pulled out maybe the night before. And at the most, it takes 5 minutes to get this stuff together. It's great. And we didn't do, I don't think we ever did any of the optional activity materials or the extra activity materials. We just stuck with the basics of the lesson, and it was great. But if you like to add extra things in, it's got some suggestions down here. Also, in the teacher's manual, something that I liked, since I'd never taught reading before, was it would have in bold print what you needed to say to the student. And I really like that. Also, they've shrunk the pages from the light units down and have copies of them with the answers in the teacher's manual. So that's helpful with grading. And each lesson in the light unit is broken down into 2 sessions. And at the beginning of the year, and even towards the middle of the year, my daughter had trouble sitting still for long periods of time. I would say learning to read takes, each lesson takes between 30 minutes to an hour. It depends on how much your child goofs off, dawdles while they're working. And my daughter was kind of a daydreamer, and so it took us longer. But they have in the teacher's manual it broken down into 2 sessions. And so this would be the end of the first session. So you can do a session in the morning, take a break, do some other subjects, come back and do the second section later in the day. And that really helped to break up the lesson for my daughter. She was more attentive that way. Let's see, after the teacher's guides, we have the letter cards. Oops, stack is going to fall here. You get a box of letter flashcards. These have all the letters of the alphabet, uppercase and lowercase. And then they'll have a little rhyme on the back to help the child remember the sound of the letter. And this little rhyme is, sun so bright, shines all day to give us light. So it kind of helps reinforce the sound. I use a push pin and put them up on a bulletin board as we came across them in the lesson. And then they stayed up there all year to refer back to. I also use the word flashcards. And these words go along with the words that they're using, that they're learning. The cards have the light unit number, the lesson number on one corner, and then it also has a number here in this corner that shows what order it goes back into the box. So that was really helpful. And there may be 3, 4, 5 cards that go along with each story. And then you've got phrase flashcards. And these obviously are phrases. And I think the thought behind having the phrase cards is that they help your children read more smoothly, I suppose, instead of just one word at a time, and you fit the words together into phrases. They also have the light unit and lesson numbers and the order number that they need to go back in the box. And I have to say that the boxes that they came in, these cards, there are a lot of cards, and they're pretty heavy. And we use these daily with the program, and the boxes have held up really well. Just an added bonus. I should say too that these letter flashcards This is the small size cards. They also have larger cards, 8.5 by 11, I believe. So you can choose to order two sizes, choose between the two sizes of those. Everything that I've showed you so far are considered course components. And if you order everything that I've shown you, looking at this catalog, adding it up, it would be $104.50, which to me is very reasonable, plus 9% shipping. So you're at like $112, $113, somewhere like that, for the whole program, including shipping. And I ordinarily kind of try to be really thrifty about things, but I did order everything in the course components because they didn't seem, they seemed like they fit with the program really well, and they did. They really helped reinforce what we were learning in the light unit. So if I had to order everything that I just showed you again, I would order them. I also have a younger daughter who will be doing this program in a couple of years, and so that also helped justify the cost of the program. And then you can resell it later on, sell it used later on. So I'm very pleased with the pricing with Christian Light Education. One other thing I forgot to mention are the tests. There are tests with every light unit. And they come in the middle of the light unit. They come and you just pull them out and store them elsewhere until you're ready to use them, or some people just leave them in the book. You just do whatever you prefer with that. I do want to show you a supplemental item. It's the sound slider. This we didn't use very much because I don't think I ordered it until after my daughter had already pretty much mastered this, but it comes with, each vowel has a card that you slide on this chart, and then you can move it up and down to work on the beginning sounds. Af, ab, at. So this is extra. You could do the program fine without it, but I just thought I would show that to you. In each light unit, I'm not sure what level this starts with. It may not start with the very beginning. Oh, it does. There are, in the back of the light unit, there's a word list that corresponds with each lesson. So this will be light unit 103, lesson 3. And the words that are found in that lesson here that they're learning to read are also on this word list. So you can cut it out. I cut it out and laminated them and stuck them on the refrigerator. The plan was to go over this list several times a day. It's very easy because it's out there on the refrigerator. But we never seemed to do that. I always would forget to do that. And she did just fine without that. But this is good for reinforcement. I think that's everything that I wanted to mention. I hope you, if you decide to go with Christian Light Education, that you enjoy it as much as I did and find it as rewarding as I did to actually teach someone to read. So, thanks for watching.